Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes and it's Tony on the other side of the glass.
Yo, guys, what's going on today, Barnes, huh?
Dude, it's Thursday.
It's
almost Friday. There's football tonight. I mean, what more could you really ask for other than, maybe we could cancel this impending rainstorm we're supposed to see early this evening into tomorrow morning.
Dude, putting a damper on the weekend, bro. Tell me about it, dude. You got the golf coming up. I got the baseball game on Saturday. It's not good, dude.
I think, though, I don't know if you've checked your preliminaries, but I think we're going to maybe just slide in there and just have a normal baseball schedule. I feel like the rain's early in the morning, both days. I don't know if you've dove into the numbers at all yourself.
I have, and I honestly have noticed that tomorrow specifically, the chance of rain has gone down as well. Significantly. Like it was 70%. I think now it's like 30%. So hopefully it just kind of passes over, dude.
I just feel like, I don't know. It seems like we're meant to, as in some facet, like I think it is as part of the sports port, but just have like this weather analyzation. I just feel like we're very strong in that department because tell me how many people do I'm going to look at my weather app. Oh, it says 90% chance of rain, but they don't go into the numbers and see that it's overnight. It's only till 7 in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
They don't get that.
It's like 90% between 6 and 7 p.m., but all day it's like 30%. Dude, people do not get the breakdown.
Or did you ever hear, it's supposed to rain tomorrow? And then you look at the forecast and it says there's a 20% chance it's going to rain. It's like,
yeah,
I don't think it's going to rain that much, bud.
Yeah, honestly, dude, some people.
But just kind of interesting there. But hopefully we get a clean weekend for you. Weather-wise, what you leaving early tomorrow morning, like first thing, or
no? Probably like 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Anything else planned specifically? Some dinners?
I mean, Uncle Richie. I mean, definitely have some dinner after the game. Maybe some lunch beforehand. Honestly, not really sure. I haven't talked to him. He doesn't text a lot. It's like one word answers. Yeah. All right. See that? Good. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure he has something planned. I'm sure they're going out to dinner stuff. Like it's gonna be fun.
Right. So is it just you two, or is there other?
As far as I know, it's me, my Uncle Richie, 2 cousins.
Okay, 2 cousins. So 4 is
Taylor and Casey.
Where are the seats?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. They have the tickets. They handled all that.
And this, said first trip to Fenway or no?
No, it's like my 3rd or 4th, I believe. Okay. But I've never I've always went up to Fenway just for the game. Came back, sort of deal, so
the experience, Yaki way.
Exactly. I've never stayed there. I've been to a bar or 2 before and after the game, but then that's it, dude.
That's that'll be a good time for you.
Yeah.
I mean, any tightness, after what they did to the Mets the last 2 nights, or no, going into Fenway, or you've given up at this point?
I mean, at this point, I've definitely given up. Even before the Boston series. I mean, come on, dude. But no, I'm just excited to go there and watch some baseball. I've always had a good time at Fenway. Every time I've gone, honestly, they played the Orioles.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty funny. So this is going to be my first, Red Sox-Yankees experience.
And tell me, you just said the word. I swear, ever since he's become a super fan, every single time anybody says before,
it's prefer.
It's impossible not to think of prefer.
No, I think you're totally right, dude.
Yeah.
Even people who aren't us say before. I'm like.
And it sounds like you're saying something silly, but it's like, no, it just sounds the same.
I'm like, saying to myself, prefer.
Right. But that being said, let's start World of Major League Baseball.
Giving chase is Judge, and he dives into the stand.
DeGrom begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
All right. So, I mean, what can I say? The Yankees complete the job, get the sweep, defeating the Rangers yesterday 7-3. And after not getting off to the best start, and if you just look at it, you say, oh, Kluber, he didn't even go 5 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, but, really didn't get helped out by his defense. You had 2 errors there, one by Urshela and one by Luke Voigt, who weirdly was playing first base with Judge DHing. Didn't quite see the sense in that. So, they got these runs on, a bloop, an error, a walk, those type of things. So it's not like he got hammered, but definitely did not have the crisp stuff we saw last time out from Kluber. But once again, Tony, and this has been a theme, the past few games, the bullpen lights out. I mean, that's what plays in October.
Dude, absolutely. I mean, you think about especially how the bullpen was doing pretty much in that whole stint with the Yankees doing pretty poorly. I mean, the bulk, honestly, of what was going wrong, I felt it was the bullpen, dude. Just unreliable, not being able to trust them, just giving up home runs left and right, giving up runs, losing games. It's nice to kind of see them come in here, settle down, kind of show the Yankees, show the fans what they could actually do consistently, honestly. And hopefully, I mean, I know it's the Rangers, whatever, but if they keep that up, dude, I mean, they're going to roll right into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it was funny, too. I mean, you just look at, order of operations here in terms of, how they manage this game after Kluber comes out. I mean, you go to Peralta, who's been, for the most part, pretty good with the Yankees. He gives them an inning, 2/3 scoreless. Then you go to Holmes. He only throws 15 pitches, absolutely dominating. I don't know if you've seen him recently.
Peralta?
No, Holmes.
Oh, Holmes? No. Sorry.
This sinker.
Deadly?
But it looks like a slider. It's like crazy. It comes in like that. Like he throws it on the inside corner, and there's just some late diving action.
Cool.
Crazy that, this guy, I mean, when he was pitching for the Pirates, I mean, I don't know if he was just always in a bad situation and that didn't help things.
Organization, the Pirates,
But I mean, he's a guy that going into next year you could say, wow, I mean, maybe we want him as our 8th inning guy. I mean, he's been that good. So he pitches the what would be the 7th inning, and then they go to Green in the 8th, and it was funny, to much dismay of all Yankee fans. Saw it on Twitter. I mean, they give him 1 outing in the 5th after struggling in the 8th so much, and then they put him right back in there the next time. But clean inning, gets the job done, and
love to see that.
But even though that worked, I mean, we're playing the Rangers. We've seen Green give up 15 home runs this year. In your eyes, come down the stretch here, I mean, do you feel that's the right way to go?
I don't know, dude. That's tough. I mean, considering Green has been inconsistent, right? So it's but I mean, I don't know. It's tough, dude. I mean, you put him out there. I would say, with the Yankees making the postseason, they're going to want to have their guys in stride, So I would say keep using him, Don't be afraid to put him in there, but keep him on a short leash. Starts giving him a couple of hits, a couple of walks, get him out of there. But hopefully, dude, he kind of continues getting through innings and, like I said, kind of going in stride into the postseason. I think, I would use him. I would put him in there. That's the way to go, dude.
But when you say put him in there, you're saying the 8th
inning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But my only thing is, and I'm just
James Pond says, "Hey, fellas, by the way,
what's up, James Pond?
No time to care.
No time to care." So look, Jonathan Loaizaga, he's been out since September 5th. They're saying, he's making, progress, in his return from the strained rotator cuff. They are encouraged. And, they just want to, they're not really technically saying when he's going to come back, but it should be, before, the regular season ends. But right. I just think it's a good opportunity. If he's back, he's right. I mean, I just, even though, I like Green, but I just feel like pitch him in the 6th. I don't know. I just don't want to lose another postseason game,
right,
crucial game to a Chad Green homer. And I just feel like it could happen at any time.
I mean, I don't know, though, but with Loaizaga, I mean, rotator cuff, dude, are you going to have confidence in him coming in the 8th?
I mean, as long as he's healthy, yeah. If he's not, then
right.
I'll take Clay Holmes.
Yeah.
I mean, 2.11 ERA and 21 in the 3rd inning since joining the Yankees. He had a 4.93 ERA with the Pirates in 42 appearances before this.
Prefer? I'm sorry. Now that you said it, dude, it's like extra.
No, it's tough.
Yeah.
It really is.
How did Holmes come over?
It was just
Was he a free agent or
no? It was just like a player to be named later. I don't even. Oh, actually, no. It was like Park. He was a shortstop in AAA for the Yankees.
Oh, okay.
And some other guy that hasn't done much. But I think this has been huge, especially because they literally got rid of Luis Cessa just to shed Justin Wilson's salary.
Right.
And his ERA, I think, is under 2 or around 2. With the Reds, he was doing fine. So you needed someone to come in and replace him. So I think Holmes has really helped him out, as well as Peralta, a guy that I was not really
keen on at all. But what about Holmes? I mean, that last game, was it against the Orioles where he blew it?
There's been so many games where they've blown it. I feel like I'm getting confused here.
No, I think it was right when it went to extra innings. We were the bowling alley, dude.
But no, the wild pitch. But the first one was on him. The second one was on Gary. I mean, I think if you have a 2.21 ERA, 21 innings,
you're consistent enough
with the Yankees. I mean, that outing against Baltimore, it was 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned, 2 strikeouts. So it's not like he got lit up or anything, But we know the bullpen's important. Nice to see Chapman have a nice clean inning, and really the splitter for him is really coming around. A newer pitch in his repertoire. It was always slider, fastball. Really impressed with the way his splitter looks.
Yeah, the splitter just new this year, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he did work on that in the offseason. So I think as the years go on, with his velocity, I'm sure year by year is going to get a little slower. So to have that third pitch.
It's huge.
Yeah. So, they're all positive signs. I want to say I could be off here, but I think they said he's like 12 straight scoreless appearances or something.
12? Really?
Yeah. It's been a while for Chapman. Yeah.
Wow.
So that all looks good. Offense definitely was struggling to the early part of this game. Nothing through the first 4 innings. They get a 2 RBI double by Higashioka in the bottom of the 5th. That jump started them. And then they scored actually on a wild pitch to tie the game at 3 off the catcher's shin guard. Thing just ricocheted. Couldn't get a runner in the 7th inning, but in the 8th, after I think it was Judge and Stanton might have struck out or got out, but you had a Joey Gallo double going opposite field. How they heavy shift Gallo, so it was just literally fly ball, right? Not that deep, but fell in, gets the double. Gleyber Torres 2 strikes on him, gets rips a double down the line, and nice to see Gleyber. He continues that 9-game hitting streak, but it was just such a big hit. And then to top it off, he ends up coming in on an Urshela hit, and they actually score 2 runs on that. And he actually, almost got thrown out, but they had to replay it. He slid around the tag. So he really had a good all around game, which we have not seen much of. So I'm sure he feels good about that. Obviously it would just be nice now see him, with the power. They're batting him 6th in the lineup.
Right.
Do you think that's a mistake? Him batting 6? I know, like I said, he's been hitting lately, but the power hasn't been there.
Right.
Would you rather see him lower in the order?
Yeah, I would probably rather see him lower, dude. I gotta tell you, every episode we say this, I think they're listening to us, dude.
Yeah,
we were just knocking him and Sanchez too, honestly. And then they both kind of have pretty good games. Sanchez came in the pinch hit, right?
Came in. So really, what happened here? Higashioka got on. Tyler Wade pinch runs, and Tyler Wade 17 stolen bases, hasn't been a regular starter this year. Stole 2nd and 3rd. He's so quick. And then so he comes out, he had pinch run for Higashioka, Sanchez in top half of the 8th. He throws out Garcia. He's the rookie on the Rangers, 30 home runs, very fast. Absolute bullet. So nice to see Gary, help us out on the defensive end.
Finally.
So many times doing the opposite. And then he hits a home run after we get those 2 runs across from Torres there. So, obviously, he played a big part in, what they did last night. But, do you still take it with a grain of salt with Gary? Even though that was great, but we've seen the other side of this.
Yeah, it's tough too because I feel like this even happened earlier in the season too. Like when Higgy was kind of getting more starts, dude. You saw Sanchez kind of have like a fire lit under his ass. He's hitting dingers. He's looking good behind the plate. So I'd imagine that's somewhat the same deal. But then, of course, we saw his decline, during the middle of the season, towards the end of the season here. So grain of salt for sure.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, you also got 2 hits from Urshela. He's picked it up, after struggling coming back from the injured list, 346 his last 7 games. So that is a welcome sign. And, like I had said before the series started, they needed the sweep. They got the sweep. We mentioned about the Jays losing yesterday, so they're a half game ahead for that second wild card. Are off today, but there's a big game, and I believe it's in Minnesota, I want to say. Blue Jays at Twins. Steven Matz versus former Yankee, former Mr. Pine Tar, Michael Pineda. So let's just say us Yankee fans, we're rooting for the Twins tonight.
Obviously, dude, but I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a coin flip, Tony. I mean, you look at it.
You really do.
Well, I mean, the Twins, despite their record.
What's up, boys, by the way?
What up, Matt?
Matt Gabriel.
But you look at the Twins, I mean, the record's not good, but they score. I mean, they have no problem scoring. Matz, Pineda. I know Matz has had a good stretch here, but he's also had some bad starts. And Pineda, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing. I'm sure, okay, push comes to shove, you could say Matz has had a better year, but I don't think it's that far off to say that this is really, it could go either way here.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's tough. These baseball games could go either way for sure. But however, I mean, the Blue Jays also don't really have much of an issue scoring as well. So I think what it kind of comes down to is probably their bullpen later in the game. And I feel like that's where Toronto kind of has that advantage.
Right. But if you look at yesterday, I mean, you had Merriweather go the inning.
Right.
Stripling, I think, might have got injured, only went an inning after him. So they did use some guys yesterday.
Right.
So, hey, listen, I know, of course, Blue Jays, better team than the Twins. I'm just saying there is a possibility tomorrow I wake up, Yankees are 1 game clear of the Toronto Blue Jays. And
always hopeful.
That is what we want before we get to this 3-game series at Fenway. And I believe, Tony, I don't know if you checked this, but I believe you're going to see Nestor Cortez Jr.
No shit, I have not even checked.
Because Cole goes tomorrow. I mean, obviously, if we did have a rain out, with the questionable weather, that would change things. But as of now, your Saturday pitching matchup, Nestor Cortez Jr. versus former Philly great Nick Pivetta.
Wow, dude.
So
I'm pumped, bro.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be, I think, the environment's always electric. Yankees, Red Sox, especially, Fenway, smaller capacity. Everyone's kind of really tightly knit there. So I think you're in for a great ball game.
I hope so, dude. I'm honestly really a little nervous going there rooting for the Yankees. I really am, dude.
But what do you think? Are you more nervous about that, or am I more nervous about the Yankees taking 2 out of 3?
I think I'm more nervous about getting jumped.
Yeah, because I actually feel they might sweep them, honestly.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, they beat up on them earlier than the Red Sox did. And then, come the end of the year, when you need it, it's right in front of you.
Have you ever been there at Fenway, Yankees, Red Sox?
Not for Yankees, Red Sox. It was just that Mo Vaughn was on the team in '98, but I know they were not playing the Yankees. I'll tell you that much. I've been to the stadium for that, but I think that's the tough part with me, unless it's a situation where you're getting great seats or the Yankees are in town. If I'm watching the Yankees play live, I mean, I want to be at the stadium.
Of course, dude.
It's the stadium.
I know. But honestly, dude, Fenway is dope, though. Going to Fenway is sweet.
I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with Fenway. I think it definitely, it's a historical park, of course, but it's the stadium. It's the Bronx Zoo.
The Bronx Zoo? Are you a frequenter of the Bronx Zoo? Come on, dude.
No, maybe I went there in, fifth grade. That was probably the last time.
Come on, dude.
And then
Staten Island Zoo.
Haven't made it there yet. The other thing to keep in mind here, let's say, the ball bounces our way. They sweep them. Yankees be back in the first wild card spot.
Tony might be dead. No, if I just, if they win.
Oh, they're gonna get
I'm
tight.
there, they get
The
tight.
accents.
I gotta take the train.
The
T.
Okay.
From Brookline. It's like a 40-minute walk from where I'm staying. So it's like a 20-minute train ride.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna drive my car there. I mean, I don't know the parking situation. I feel like it's absolute dog shit.
I don't know. I think about this in the city, and I guess AC, this has happened too. You see a distance, walking directions. It says mile and a half, but then it says like 50 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Then you think like, keep making 20. Like,
yeah.
But depends on the weather, how you're feeling.
Right.
Obviously.
And then it's, of course, the walk back.
Yeah.
Do you want to walk back?
Do you remember walking back?
where you are, dude? You get lost, the wrong side of town.
Yeah. So
it's dangerous, dude.
Interesting stuff for sure. So Tony, once again, I tried, but the Mets couldn't do us a favor. Red Sox 12, Mets 5, 8th loss in 10 games. I mean, what could you even say at this point?
Nothing, dude. I mean, what did I say yesterday? In order for Walker to do remotely well, don't leave sliders over the middle of the plate. What does he do? He leaves a fastball. He's a slider, middle of the plate, dude. Gets banged up. Last 2 innings, Trevor Williams comes in, doesn't help at all. Lack of offense.
Williams, dude?
Trevor Williams, dude. And then on top of it, I feel like just the Mets defense has been absolute dog shit too. I mean, it's Pilar literally like center field tracking a ball towards the wall. The ball hits his glove. He closes it too soon. Hits the outside of his glove. Bounces away. He loses it, dude. Like I think Villar went back. There was a fly ball, dude. I think Nimmo and Villar both tracking it. No one talks. Drops in between them. Like, what are you doing, dude, at this point? It almost as if, honestly, I think they're throwing these games.
Really? Do you think they don't like Rojas?
Well, maybe they just don't like the Yankees.
Nah, I don't.
Nah, I don't think they're really throwing these games, but they're just like their play has just declined significantly now.
They want an off season. They want to retool. They want to see who are going to be
the
main cogs going forward.
Like their defense that has been good all season.
Yeah, and especially Kevin Pillar. I mean, he was always like a Gold Glove type outfielder for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, dude, and he was doing so well for the Mets as well, dude.
Yeah.
So weird. I mean, they made that push, I think, in the 9th, but it's like,
but
too little, too late.
At
that point, yeah.
I mean, were you riled to see the polar bear get his 35th?
Of course, as always. I think McCann homered as well. Always riled for that.
And am I just crazy?
Yeah.
Or at one point, was Alonso ahead of Judge in the home run race
this year?
Yeah, like I thought he had like a 5 homer lead.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that because Alonso started off pretty slow.
Right, but then around the All-Star break,
maybe he was definitely close to Judge, if not, if not ahead of him.
Because Judge had a little taper off period.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, now I think it's 36 or 37. Really,
is it really?
Great year. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you could argue. I mean, John Sterling on the Fan last night said he thought even though he hasn't hit as many home runs, the strikeouts are down, averages up, that this year he's had a better overall season. The defense playing center field,
he's all right.
That's better than 2017. I mean, what's your thoughts there?
I don't know, dude. I mean, 2017, I think his offensive explosion, I think, kind of weighs a little bit more than maybe his improvements in the outfield. I don't know. I feel like in 2017, though, I mean, you can say strikeouts. I feel like he wasn't bad though in the outfield in 2017.
No, I was just saying more that he is playing center, so you got to keep that into account that he's able to do multiple positions. But no, I mean, you look at these numbers. I mean, it's going to be hard for really almost anybody to repeat these type of. I mean, 128 runs.
There is Richie Giaffreddo. We need Yankees to sweep this weekend.
Yes, we do, Uncle Richie, and then we'll be back. First spot in the wild card, and yours truly will definitely be at that wild card game. So let's do it, Yankees. But just quickly, what I was saying here: 128 runs scored, 52 home runs, 114 RBIs, 127 walks. I mean, struck out 208 times, but you had an on-base percentage of 420, a slugging of 627, and an OPS of over 1,000, Tony. So, I mean, that's all time. I mean, especially in a rookie season.
Yeah, dude. So what's Sterling talking about?
I mean, this year, 287, 36, 89, only 81 runs, slugging is 537, OPS 908. I mean, you take away that one stretch, struggle, but I mean, that's still a great year.
Comparable.
Great year, though.
Yeah.
Great year. So interesting. Obviously I'm expecting big things out of him, down the stretch, of course. Back to the Mets, though, it was funny. I caught a sound bite or a couple sound bites actually on my way to work this morning. First one was Walker, and I think they asked him what happened, and he was like, "Yeah, I just left a couple too many balls over the middle of the plate," and I thought of you right away. Obviously, Lindor said "Oh, I know. Is he hitting 150 with runners in scoring position or something?
Is it that bad?
I think something like that.
It could be down.
And
to
he's like,
at this point.
"Oh, but my average is 230." I mean, that's still terrible. And I was brought in here to win, and obviously we're not doing that. So kind of acknowledge the failure, while also, someone asked him, "Would you like Baez back?" Of course, yes. So that's just something to keep an eye out on.
I thought it was pretty funny that they asked him if Steve Cohen has the money to keep Baez.
And did he crack up?
Yeah, he was at first he was yeah, sure. I mean, it's just a weird question to ask him. I mean, of course Cohen does, but it's just
yeah, you're really gonna
it's just what I mean, do you want me to say no to that?
It shouldn't even be a question.
It really should not be a dumb question. I don't know about you, dude, but with these reporters especially, I can't handle sometimes the dumbass questions they ask.
I mean, basically, when Brian Hoke asked Aaron Boone if the guys are getting used to losing, and he said, "Get the hell out of here, man."
Pretty much, dude.
I mean, could you blame him for answering like that? Not really.
No.
I mean, it was just tight, obviously. So, I mean, the Mets, hey, they got to play out this string here. 9 games left. Weekend series in Milwaukee. Corbin Burns on the hill tomorrow, Tony. That could get ugly quick.
Yeah, dude, I have very little confidence at this point. Again, with the way they're playing, I mean, they're playing like the season's over. The season is over. I mean, what do you expect, dude?
Is it is it the worst collapse the last 10 years for the Mets? I mean, out of the collapses that they've had. I mean, I know I think 08, I mean, I guess, right, they came out of the last game. They lost the last game at Shea Stadium. But
still, yeah, I mean, that is still coming down the last game. Collapsing, I don't think so. I think this has been definitely the worst, especially with
the lead earlier.
The lead early.
The amount of time they were in first place.
Exactly, dude. How everyone else kind of played in their division and everything, and then they just couldn't hang at all once those teams started playing better, and it's just losing to the Nationals. The only honestly uptick is probably their series against the Yankees.
Is there a particular move or moves that for next year with the Mets excite you most, that you're hoping to see?
That would excite me the most? I don't know, dude. I mean, I think keeping Baez is good.
That's number one on your priority list, you'd say?
Right now, yeah, keeping
over
him.
Syndergaard.
Yeah, I would say so. It depends. I mean, they actually talk about, I think his rehab assignment is tonight. I know, or maybe it was last night.
Yeah, I thought it was tonight for some reason.
I don't know. It might have been it's either tonight or it was last night. But there's talks about him getting some games in, and DeGrom as well too. So I definitely would like to see what Syndergaard is kind of throwing, what he's offering, at this point. And then maybe we'll see. But I think my number one, honestly, is to keep Baez. I don't know why you really wouldn't at all. I mean, again, besides all of the drama and the bullshit, it's he's still a great player, dude. And
middle
infield is unbelievable.
It's hard for me to, it's almost like with Anthony Rizzo in a way. I don't know what the contract's going to be for Baez. And do you think he wants 5 years
a big
at the minimum?
One? Yeah.
Is he 28, 29?
29.
I mean, I would think he probably is looking for 6, honestly, the way, is Boris the agent?
I think so, yeah.
And he's Lindor's agent as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, free agency is going to be interesting, especially, I don't know if the teams are going to go about it a different way because the uncertainty of the collective bargaining agreement.
Right. I'm sure they will, dude, with the CBA coming up and everything.
But then you have those teams, like the Dodgers, like the Yankees, and like the Mets now, obviously with Cohen, that I think that might not apply to because they're just
spend.
We want to solidify the future.
May Magic Mike, sadly, my prediction of a Subway Series is over, but at least the Yankees will win the World Series. #Team of Destiny.
Michael, Couldn't have said it any better myself, honestly.
Oh, God. Dude.
Appreciate you tuning in, bud.
Wow, dude.
No, but he knows it. I mean, me and him have been talking about it all year. I mean, it's just like there's too much talent on this Yankee team to waste it. And it's just we've seen teams that win championships go through tough times. I mean, maybe this would probably break the record for the most conflict a team winning a championship has faced throughout a season, the most downfalls, the most collapses. It's crazy to think, though, Tony, and it's not an exaggeration. I mean, you think about these bad losses, especially Chapman going through his stuff, Green giving up the home runs, losing 11 out of 13, losing all those games to the Orioles. I mean, you start adding up all those, and you won 60% of them. I mean, the Yankees are a team that wins 105, 106 games.
Right.
Sad.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's tough. Well, I mean, I don't know. Will they make the playoffs? I mean, I think they have a good shot. Obviously, they're in it, dude.
Schedule's tough.
Schedule is tough. Blue Jays' schedule is not really that tough. Boston's schedule is also not really that tough.
I mean, I think it's just going to come down to how well do you pitch. I mean, obviously, the bullpen seems like it's turned a corner. You get help back. Herman was warming up last night, didn't get in. I had to get into some type of game, in Boston over the weekend. We have Severino back. Hopefully the Wise get around the corner. So I think the depth, in the bullpen is strong. So it just, I don't know. I mean, the Jays, I think other than Robbie Ray, I'm not too worried about, Barrios. They're guys that, I don't know, you don't think of unhittable like you would with other dominant pitchers in the league, like Jacob deGrom.
True. Noah's been looking real good, though.
Noah Syndergaard?
No, Manoah.
Oh,
Manoah.
Noah. He has been looking good. It'll be interesting to see if he's matched up. But I don't know. I guess it's like I can't see them not relishing this opportunity, and especially because, like I had said before, I mean they've played so poorly. Their record, geez, I think in totality against the American League East, I think they're at least 10 games under 500. Because I mean the only team that their winning record is the Orioles,
right?
So it's like,
what do we got? Like 9 games left?
9 games, 3 at each of the division opponents.
Boston,
other than Baltimore, obviously, because that season series is over.
What are you thinking they got to go? 8-1?
Well, we said the 9-3 stretch, so we're 3-0 to start that. So I'll just take it from there. Go 6-3. Basically, 2 out of 3 each series. Really manageable, dude. I mean, it's not like, you got to sweep everything,
right? 2 out of 3 in each series. Honestly, though, I don't know, it's tough, dude, because I feel like even if they do go 6-3, they're gonna need like Toronto to maybe lose a game against the Twins.
But you know what it is, Tony? Think about it this way. Let's say we're competing with Boston.
Right.
Because we'll be ahead of Boston if we sweep them.
Yeah.
So we go, so we'd have the 3 games.
Right.
So that would mean that they would have to, to equal what we're doing, they would have to win out. Which,
right.
I think they're
who are they playing them? The Nationals and the Orioles? Like,
yeah. I'm not actually sure who they're playing.
I'm pretty sure it's the Nats and the Orioles.
But I don't know. I guess it's like I'm just confident. 9-3 gets you in. So basically at this point, 6-3 the rest of the way. I think obviously 7-2. Because we're talking second wild card. I mean,
right.
Obviously we love the first, but you just got to get there.
Yeah.
But you really think 7-2?
I think it's gonna have to be, dude. 7-2 to be like, don't have to worry about them like Toronto winning or losing any games. Like 7-2, we're gonna be in the wild card.
I'm excited though because Toronto, I think they finished with the Orioles, so you figure that's a breeze. But this is actually a 4-game series with Minnesota, and like I said, I mean they can hit the ball, so it's just like I don't know, it could happen.
Donaldson,
a Kepler, a Buxton is back. Sano, what do you know?
It's possible, dude.
And I'm just curious. So.
And also, even for Boston, I feel like the Nationals have done like surprisingly well since they dumped a lot of players.
Yeah, and I guess they're walking Soto every time, so his on base percentage is insane.
I bet, dude. That guy is tough to pitch around him.
Oh
dude.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, like I said, Matt's Pineda tonight in that series. And then Friday, you're going to get Barrios O'Bear. And then Saturday, we got Ray versus TBD. And Sunday, we're going to get Manoah versus Jags. So, I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Good hitting, good pitching. Going to be interesting.
Joey Greenwood, where's Mike now? Appreciate the love, Joey, but are we not enough?
Yeah, come on.
Come on. Don't insult Barnes here.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Michael was just, I mean, you know where he is. He just commented. I mean, come on.
Uncle Richie, Noah Syndergaard played in Scranton last night. Looking good, he said.
Actually,
wow,
Tony,
Uncle
that's not
Richie,
me.
dude.
I think he hit 95 on the gun, I want to say.
Let's go, dude.
So
I would say keeping Syndergaard, looking for a third baseman. I don't know. I haven't done any research into who's in the market for a third base, but it's like, I don't know, dude. VR can't stay there. Guillorme really can't. Like,
putting on your Steve Cohen hat, what do you think the hard line in the sand, the contract offer for Syndergaard is going to be?
The contract?
Like, is he going to be? I'm only doing a 1-year deal, or is there
I would say 1-year deal, dude. Especially
he's going to say I'm just not budging.
But do you think Syndergaard is going to want more than 1 year? Honestly,
I think it depends on would the Orioles give him $200 million?
Maybe. I guess.
Probably not, but I don't know.
Probably not.
And if they were going to offer him, I mean, it's 200 ridiculous though, just because hasn't pitched.
Yeah.
What do you think the most like Orioles? We know how desperate they are for pitching.
I feel like they would give him like half that, dude. Like,
yeah, $100 million over 4.
Yeah.
And he would probably say, "Well, I'd rather just do 1 year for 15 and then get a $200 million contract the following season." But big if.
Yeah, but I feel like he seems like a confident man. I feel like he's confident in himself. And again, I don't know. I feel like he would be down for the 1 year, 15, maybe 20.
Qualifying offer, maybe he just accepts it right off the bat.
Yeah, I feel like he's got it.
Pull a Stroman.
Yeah.
Stroman is a free agent too, no?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about re-signing him?
I mean, it's tough too, especially with the way Walker's been,
right?
And obviously Carrasco and Peterson and
who's there? McGill.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them kind of getting banged up. DeGrom getting hurt. Stroman was really the only like consistent, healthy kind of pitcher. So I mean, I guess you kind of got to pull the trigger on him too, right?
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, who else are you throwing out there?
That's what I mean. So I say keep the rotation, dude. I mean, maybe work on some things in the offseason. I don't know what you do with Carrasco, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I think he has like at least 2 years left on the deal.
Yeah.
Is it 2?
2.
Okay. So I guess Carrasco is staying. And then anybody of note in the minors coming up, starting pitcher, or nobody you've. I mean, after having all those guys over the years, I mean, I guess McGill, Peterson, maybe, but I don't know. I called it, Tony. You have to admit, McGill has turned into Peterson.
A little bit, dude.
I mean, I loved him, dude. I thought, this is it. This is what they've been waiting for.
I know, dude. Tyler.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And one interesting thing before we switch gears here. Last night, so we have the Rockies playing the Dodgers. I'm thinking 4 games. Oh, no. This is probably the series finale, actually. My mistake.
Right.
But they beat the Dodgers 10-5. Right now, we're tied 3-3 in the second inning. Buehler got pulled in the 4th and was going against German Marquez, who had a double against him, Tony. A double.
Wow.
It's Coors, the altitude.
I guess. Who was pitching last night?
No, it was German Marquez versus Walker Buehler.
What about right now, though?
Oh, right now. Let's pull up the old Gamecast here.
Let's do it, dude.
Is it who the heck is John Gray? Maybe. Max Scherzer. Wow.
You should
2 innings, 4 hits, 3 earns versus Kyle Freeland. And Kyle Freeland, man, like I feel like he had that one good year. I mean, I know Coors inflates your ERA and stuff, but boy, I don't know. I just don't think he's that good at all. I mean,
sorry, who was that again?
Kyle Freeland. I think he had like a 6-something ERA after winning 18 games. So it's been a tough road for him, I think.
Uncle Richie says I should be videotaping the game on Saturday. I'll definitely take some footage, dude.
Copyright
infringement? Yeah. Taken down, sued,
sure.
MLB, non-consent.
And how about, Tony? First pitch in 3 minutes. San Francisco Giants at the San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres, 1 game over 500.
They collapsed so hard.
Chemistry problem. You saw the dugout scuffle.
Oh yeah, Machado and Tatis.
Yeah,
not good, dude.
You
think it's like ego?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my $300 contract.
My $300 contract better than your $300 contract.
But I almost am like, I don't know. I could be wrong, and I know nothing about the situation. But I almost just want to side with Tatis. I just feel like Machado's probably tight. Yeah. Oh, this guy, what is it, his 3rd full year? And he thinks he's all that. I've been proving myself for years, and it's like, well, I mean,
have you though?
And I mean, Machado. I mean, I don't think he's done bad with the Padres, but I also think
where did he come from again? When he got
Orioles, but he was on the Dodgers.
Okay.
I think when they actually lost to the Red Sox in the World Series, I think he came over after the All-Star game that year. And it's crazy too, because I feel like Machado might have been the first guy that the Dodgers had, right there, and then didn't want to pay.
Yeah, honestly, and I don't know. I feel like it panned out for the Dodgers, obviously, especially because when Machado came to San Diego, I feel like he was kind of a dud, dude.
I mean, so the first year was 2019, 32 and 85, only hit 256. And then last year, he had a great year, actually, for the 60-game year, played every game. But this year, it's not awful, but it's just for the money he's making. 282, 26, 96.
Yeah.
Is with the Orioles, he was his last 3 full seasons, 35 homers, 86 RBIs, 37 and 96, 33 and 95. And then you had the combined year with, the Dodgers, 37 home runs, again, over 100 RBIs. So
there's been a drop off.
A little bit. And then he's 29. Is he really going to get better?
Is he really going to get better?
It's weird because I'm so confused on stats, I feel like, because there was a period of time where, approaching 30 homers, approaching 100 RBIs, that's amazing.
Right.
Then there was a period of time where, geez, anybody.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
I think that was James Pond.
Oh.
But anybody can hit 30 home runs. Right. Now, the way everyone's struggling to hit, we're that type of year, an 840 OPS, is that just not all-star level, but above average, I guess?
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely not all-star level compared to everyone else.
But then again, 282, is pretty good this day and age. But he did hit 304 last year, career 280 hitter. So just, I don't know, kind of interesting. And I honestly thought he was going to go to the Yankees before he went to the Padres.
Right. Didn't happen.
I
think you said that about everyone, dude.
No.
Thought Harper.
Gary Cole. Oh, wait, he did. Just saying, I called it. Was at the game. He was on the Astros, and I said he's coming to the Yankees. All right. So it's baseball. Want to go another hour?
I'm down.
Potpourri.
White Sox clinched the division first time since 2008, dude.
Congratulations.
Just beat the Indians.
Chicago White Sox, and I'm sure Tony La Russa is raising a glass of bourbon in celebration.
Maybe the whole bottle.
Maybe 2. What was that?
I think it was a little bit of a dud somewhere. I don't know. Dude.
I thought that was a hurricane.
I think that
not a hurricane. Earthquake.
That was Tony dropping his whiskey bottle. Spillage. Too much.
Yeah. So baseball, we're getting to the end, Tony. We'll keep track of it, of course. Other than that, though, we got some football tonight. Thursday night football, week 3 begins.
Let's go, dude.
When they made this schedule, they had no idea that Deshaun Watson, would not be playing because this would have been a pretty good game. But, right now, you got Panthers and Texans. Panthers, 8-point road favorites with Sam Darnold. And, to say that a year and a half ago that you're 8-point road favorite Sam Darnold, everyone would think you're crazy. But Texans, Tyrod Taylor on short-term IR. Rookie Davis Mills, the 3rd-round pick, didn't look great, out of the pen last week. I mean, I think the Texans are in a tough spot, but then again, even with Taylor going down, I mean, they lost 31-21 to the Browns, a team that everybody thinks is capable of making it to a Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah, I see your point, dude. But I mean, you know how I feel about Darnold at this point.
I actually really don't.
Love him.
Okay, but where are you with him? Where do you see him getting to? You know what I mean? What level do you see him taking his play to?
Like as compared to another quarterback?
Yeah, if you want to go quarterback or just say, he could make it to a Super Bowl.
I think he definitely could, dude. Next 3 years.
Can he be top 5 MVP ever?
Yes.
Really?
I do think so, dude.
But, I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I think what you're seeing is an improvement from him, dude. Yeah. And I think it really shows that he is capable of being that type of MVP quarterback. He just needs the right tutelage.
Right. And I mean, he's had success everywhere besides the Jets. I mean, USC, Rose Bowl did pretty good.
Come on, dude.
So no, I'm honestly not tight because I do think Zach Wilson will have the better career. But I just think this is one of those times, and I'm sure a lot of wagerers out there will be, hammering the Panthers. But I just think it's one of those times. It's on the road, short week, prime time, overlooking an opponent. I just wouldn't be surprised. I mean, at the very least, if this is a closer game than the line suggests, as well as the fact that, I mean, could we see the old Sam Darnold return here? And possibly a Texans win. They get the ground game going. I mean, they got the big three-headed monster of Ingram, of Philip Lindsay, of David Johnson. Crazier things have happened?
Oh, for sure, dude. I mean, the way you lay it down, I mean, yeah, it sounds possible. Flip of a coin, for sure. But I'm going to disagree with you.
Give me a final.
I'm going to say, obviously, Panthers win 34-21.
34-21.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be, for Thursday night, usually a little lower scoring, besides the other week. But
right. Well, given, the quarterback situation for both teams, really.
Right. Right. Boy,
you think it's going to be higher scoring than that?
No. I think, honestly, so I guess the Panthers are going to win, but like I suggested, I think it's going to be closer than – I think it's actually going to come down to the wire, honestly. Call it 21-17.
Wow.
And a late touchdown, Robbie Anderson over the middle.
Is he on your fantasy team?
One of them. He hasn't – he's weird, though. I don't know if you've noticed this. He's great when he gets the ball, but he just, I don't know, he disappears, doesn't have a high target volume. He caught that 57-yard touchdown week 1. I think last week he might have only had a couple catches.
What's the deal with that, dude?
I don't know. Is it
do they not want to target him a lot, or?
I mean, you got McCaffrey out of the backfield,
right? But
other than that, I mean, Curtis Samuel went to the Redskins. He's on IR. I mean, I guess DJ Moore, but if it were me, I mean, I would give Robbie Anderson at least 7-8 targets every game.
Uncle Richie, who cares about the Panthers? You guys are New York guys.
That's true, Uncle Richie. But you know what the other thing that's true is? Other than, for us, New York fans out here tonight, I mean, what the heck are you going to watch?
Honestly, dude. What are you going to watch?
Besides football, which is, always entertaining, NFL for the most part, and all these primetime games have been good. We've seen some higher scores than probably anticipated. So I hope, we get another good one. 820 NFL Network, but it is the Fox broadcast team of Joe Buck, of Troy Aikman. And one other thing on this before we switch to the other games this weekend. You think they're making a mistake with exclusively having Thursday Night Football next season on Amazon Prime?
Yeah. What?
I hate it. I swear to God, I hate it.
So obviously you're going to have Amazon Prime.
Correct.
To watch it.
Correct.
Why would
ratings,
you do that, dude?
I mean, the NFL, they get big ratings everywhere.
But it's going to be streamed.
Going to be streamed. So it's
is Amazon Prime, they're not getting a network or anything, right?
No. I mean, as far as I know, it's just a stream, and they've done this for London games in the past.
Right.
But I just I think what it honestly is that these other networks, they have their packages for Sunday games and, obviously ESPN on Monday. They don't want to pay a king's ransom for a Thursday night football game because, Sunday night gets all the good primetime games. I guess, it's kind of level with Monday night. Maybe Monday night gets some better matchups. Usually these Thursday night matchups are not that good.
I don't know, dude. That's just like, it's like kind of.
Well, think about what we had last week.
Giants, Washington,
and now we have Panthers, Texans.
Yeah, dude. I guess, but still, Amazon Prime, I feel like your viewership is going to drop off significantly.
And it's funny though.
What do you do? NFL Network, is that like basic cable? You have to pay extra for that. Do you know?
At this point, I think it's something like it comes with the majority of standard cable packages, not like the really died down versions, but anything that has anything out of the ordinary, they're going to have NFL Network. So it seems like most people get it. Obviously, local markets, if you don't have NFL Network, they do have it available on the local network. So I don't know. I think it's like we kind of talked about this. I don't want to get completely away from the basic cable. I think it works well. Yeah. Have the streaming as options, but as a main source, the delay. Can
you go to a bar? Can you watch it there?
Right. I'm sure they'll have it, but they, are probably tight that they have to subscribe to this now. And just to prove a point here, Tony, week 4 matchup, Thursday Night Football, Jags at Bengals. Okay, Lawrence, Burrow, but teams that aren't expected to make the playoffs. So just another example of that.
I guess. You could argue though that these aren't teams that make the playoff that are going to make the playoffs or expected to anyway. But like Giants, Washington, although I guess you can say it doesn't matter, still like two pretty equally evaluated teams, so it's not like going to be a blowout game or anything.
Well,
even this week too, it's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah, but I think in that game obviously was close, but if you look at experts going into this year, they're expecting the Washington football team to win a division title. The Giants, I
feel that doesn't say much for the division though. It's
true. Well, actually, no. It was them and the Cowboys. Actually, that's what I do think that, and I think Cowboys are a better team. I know they squeaked by this past week against the Chargers. But it'll be interesting to see, how it plays out. And just looking at, some of the football games for this weekend.
Real quick, Uncle Richie thinks Monday Night Football was annoying with all the Manning brothers and Farr.
That's why you watch channel ESPN, not ESPN2.
I enjoy the Manning brothers, though. Come on, Uncle Richie. It's entertaining.
I went to it the first week for a little bit, but I think I mentioned this. I know Uncle Richie agrees, like full screen.
Yeah, he's not the gimmick. He doesn't like the gimmicks. It's just.
But that's the thing, though. We have this obsession in society, and no matter what we're talking about, but obviously it relates to sports, of changing things, and it's just like there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Just leave it as is. And then, just to give you an example of how successful these telecasts are, look at Sunday Night Football. I think it's been the longest running number 1 primetime show in history. I think it's been for 11 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Uncle Richie, I don't want to be entertaining. I want football.
Exactly. But Tony.
No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
But, you have the option. At least it's not like they're doing a Manning broadcast only.
Right. So that being said, let's take a look at the locals here. First one, 1:00 game on, as Gus Johnson would say, FOX. Falcons at Giants, the matchup of the 0-2s. Matt Ryan, Daniel Jones. Saquon looked a little better last week.
Mm-hmm.
Giants are getting 3 here, or laying 3, I guess you could say. How do you feel about them in this matchup with the Falcons?
Honestly, I think Barkley's going to go off. I think it's going to be.
I was texting my friend who's actually a big Giants fan earlier. And my whole thing was with Barkley. I know last week looked pretty good, but wasn't, top 5 overall pick type of stuff. If not now against a Falcons team, a defense that's not that good, when is it going to be?
When is it going to be? If not him, then who?
Right.
I think this is the week where he goes off, and I think the Giants take this one too.
Do you think
unstoppable?
It's a big ground attack, or do you think it's a combination? Jones makes some good throws.
It's definitely gonna be a combo. there's no sense in having a great run game if you don't switch it up with some passing plays, like keep them on their toes at least a little bit. I think that's what's kind of going to help the Giants offense, honestly, because they're going to hit Barkley heavy, run, pass, like implement both. I think Jones is going to do well. I feel like he hasn't looked horrible,
last game I was impressed.
Yeah.
I definitely was impressed. Short week and all.
Yeah.
But what about the Falcons, though? I mean, you still have some firepower. I mean, I know Matty Ice is getting older. I mean, you got Calvin Ridley, rookie Kyle Pitts at tight end. I mean, I do think there's weapons there. And I just think this Giants defense, I mean, how good are they really?
Yeah. Well, I feel like maybe this week would be a good time to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Against a team like the Falcons. Will they really, though? I don't know. I mean, I think they'll probably have, obviously, they're going to have a bit of points put up on them. But I think over and all, I think it's going to be an offensive fight. And I think just the Giants come out on top.
What's the score?
35. Yeah.
35.
I think Giants are going to score 35.
Is this like the Manning and Plaxico Burress days or something?
Might be, dude.
35.
28.
All right. Late, like dramatic or not really?
Maybe like a little bit in like the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Pull away
though.
Run out the clock.
End of the game. Take a knee. Barkley, maybe 3 or 4 rushing TDs.
I'm going to say it's another 0-3 start for the Giants.
Oh.
I think the Falcons are fired up. Matty Ice wants to prove he's not done.
You don't think he's done? How old is he now?
He is either 36 or 37, depending on when his birthday falls. Born in 1985. 2008 draft pick. But I guess I'm gonna say 28-17. I don't know. I just think the Giants. I'm just not convinced. I'm really just not convinced.
I don't know. Uncle Richie says they have to get Barkley going. Had a great first year, then got hurt. I mean, totally right. And I think they will. And I think he will be going. And I think he's gonna, take the defense kind of on their heels. And I think he's gonna have some really big runs. Dude.
And honestly, I've always liked Saquon Barkley.
Right.
So,
how do you know?
I hope that we see something. I hope we see 150 yards rushing. We will see 4:05 on CBS. I'm guessing maybe an Iron Eagle broadcast here. Maybe
Probably.
Charles Davis. Jets at Broncos, Mile High. We know the altitude out there in Denver. Broncos laying 10, Tony. Do you think the Jets, coming off a poor performance, we've obviously seen the defense play pretty well. Do you think they're not, they're getting a little disrespected here?
The Jets getting disrespected.
10, though, Tony. Not 7, not 8, not 5, but 10. Broncos are 2-0, but I don't think anybody's scared of the Denver Broncos in the NFL. And I know you could say, oh, they're not scared of the Jets, but that's irrelevant. I'm just talking about strictly the Broncos, their chances of getting beaten. I just don't think it should be 10.
Yeah, but how could you just totally,
discount 2-0?
Yeah. And discount the fact that they're playing the Jets.
They beat the Giants.
Right.
And then last week, I think they beat Jacksonville, who has not looked great as well.
Yeah, neither have the Jets.
But the Jets have the upside. I feel like the Broncos, I mean, we know what Teddy Bridgewater is. Right. Not that he's bad, but I don't think he has, the ability that Zach Wilson has tended to show. Not so much in the NFL yet, but what we saw, at Utah last year,
Was Jacksonville a close game?
Jacksonville, I don't think it was like that close. I mean, now, it's just whenever we do that, it's like it's so hard not to look it up. And it's like the stat discussion we had yesterday.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Final score last week, Jacksonville, it was 23-13. Jags 6 points in the fourth. So
they beat them by 10 points.
10, yeah.
Not 7, not 5.
This seems like a contrarian decision. All I'm saying is, Tony, you can't even tell me that you don't think, 8.5 would be a more fair number than 10.
I would say so, yeah. I would, if I was taking that line, I would bet the Jets probably.
Yeah.
Do I think the Jets are going to win, though? No.
What would be your win percentage for the Jets in this game?
I would say right now it's like a 30%.
Okay.
If Wilson comes out first drive, passing touchdown, goes up to like 70.
Elijah Moore, 80 yards down the seam.
I think that first drive for Zach Wilson is literally going to set the tone for the whole game.
If it's a pick six, no shot.
It's over. No shot. Turn it off. First drive and out, dude.
So, yeah, I mean, I honestly, going into this, I think, like I said, I mean, I could see why they would be favored, of course, but I honestly think, 7 at most, I think the Broncos should be getting. So, but that being said, I think it's a 50-50 shot here for the Jets. I'm not going to say it's decisive, they'll win, but I mean, I'll pick them to win, but I think it's a field goal game. I mean, call it 24-21, maybe Amendola from 50 in the altitude to win it, and a couple Zach Wilson.
I don't know, dude.
Touchdowns.
Amendola, how confident are you? Come on. I feel like he's not. The field goals I've seen him make, I think he's missed maybe one already.
I mean, I don't.
And then the ones that he has made, it's like not like down the middle, like flush, like nice looking field goals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not Roberto Aguayo. I mean, he can make some. Obviously, like I said, the altitude does help. So 24-21, Zach Wilson, Robert Saleh get their first wins as head coach, starting quarterback, respectively, for the New York Jets. Tony, what do you have?
I think Broncos win this 24-14. It's it, dude. I mean, like I said, as of right now, I think Wilson's going to throw 2 or 3 picks. Broncos are going to take advantage. A lot of defensive scoring there, and can't handle it.
All right. And we'll see. 405 CBS, 425 on FOX. I would imagine this is Buck and Aikman on the call. Bucks, 1.5-point road favorites at the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be a good game, is it not, Tony?
It is going to be a great game. But before we move on, Uncle Richie, upset Jets, win by 3. Field goal, Amendola, 50-yard line.
So
he didn't say that. He did,
yeah. But by 3 Jets.
By 3 Jets.
Field goal.
We'll see, dude. James Pond says no Friday show, huh? Today's Thursday, right?
Today is Thursday.
We're doing a Friday show. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely, James. Dude, tune in Friday, tomorrow. Let's go. Sorry to cut you off there. Gotta get the comments, dude. It's the people. It's the bloodline, dude. Right. Don't look at me like the Michael King, all right? What do we got? Bucks at Rams, 425. Fox, Bucks.
Antonio Brown COVID list. I think they announced it early this morning. But we know the weapons are there. Rams have looked good. Stafford now in LA. I think this is going to be a really good game. And the Bucks, I mean, listen, some people think they have a shot to go undefeated.
Right. They do.
If they were going to lose a game, would it not be on the road against the Rams?
I think so, dude. And it's actually funny that we're talking about this because I was just watching the video when Stafford is, I don't know, maybe this was like 2 years ago on the Lions. I forget who they were playing. But he separated his shoulder. Second to last play of the game. There was a flag in the end zone on the 1-yard line. No time.
Browns.
It was the Browns, dude.
Quinn was the quarterback for the Browns. Dude. That's how long ago this was.
This is what year was that?
10?
Yeah.
I mean, at that would be the latest. It could have been 09. I think Stafford came in 08, though.
Yeah.
08 or 09. I think he was 09. So it probably was 09 or 2010.
Rookie season it was.
Okay.
So
2009.
Comes in, dude, just grits it out, dude. Throws the pitch. Throws the ball into the end zone. They score. Field goal. Wins the game. And honestly, just watching that today, I see the Rams are winning this, dude. The fact that was on my feed today, we're talking about it. Stafford's going to go off.
Yeah, and I like the rapport, he's had with Cooper Kupp. I think he had 150, 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's I think he's Wes Welker with the Patriots, but on steroids. Not literally steroids, but just meaning that He's really, really good. Like that perfect guy, stretching the field, doing those slant routes. I think it's a great weapon for him to have.
Sorry, Uncle Richie. Not to get off topic, he says. He says not to get off the subject, but bowled the 603 series yesterday.
What?
603 series yesterday. He bowled a 603 series. Do you know what that means, Barnes?
That means 2 games.
How would that math equate there?
Bonus time?
Bonus time? Extra frames? No, a series out of 3 games, 603, 201 average.
Yeah. No, I mean,
not
congratulations,
bad,
Uncle Richie. Great game.
Honestly, at that age, the hip, the shoulders.
It's this, it's that.
Uncle Richie, you still use my old ball? I gave him like an old ball that I had, didn't use. Took it, resurfaced it, whatever. But yeah, that is impressive, dude. I would say, I mean, back in the day, anything over 600, I was happy with. 200 average, good.
Right. Yeah.
No, I 630, 210 average, way better.
Right.
And he is using my old ball. You got to respect that, dude.
Got to respect it. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the Rams, I did pick them to go to the Super Bowl. And I think too, after making the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, have been, going backwards. Obviously, that's why they swapped out Goff for Stafford.
Right.
So, I mean, it's hard for me not to like the Rams here. And I think everybody's too much on the Brady train right now. And it's understandably so. They have not lost a game since the 12th game of the year last season because they were 7-5, ran the table, obviously winning the first 2 games this season, winning the Super Bowl. It's a lot of wins in a row, Tony.
Yeah, that is a lot. But you're saying this week.
This is where it ends. But just quick math there. So 7-5, 12, so 4 games plus the Super Bowl run. Wild card weekend is 5. Division round is 6. Championship Sunday is 7.
19.
Super Bowl is 8. 10-game winning streak, including playoffs. Pretty big. I mean,
huge.
Yeah.
But you say it ends this weekend.
AB out, tough environment in Los Angeles, or will it be, because we've seen teams traveling to LA have a tendency to have their fans follow them, take over the building. Could you see something like that happening? Or do you think a lot of hype for the Rams in Los Angeles?
I think there's too much hype for the Rams.
If it was the Chargers game,
dude. Oh, come on. But I would say, yeah, maybe first and possibly, honestly, only loss this season for Tom Brady.
Really?
Yeah. Come on.
We were talking about this more so Belichick yesterday, but with Brady, I mean, like, what do you think it is, honestly, that he's 44 and he looks like he could be the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, dude. It's funny, actually. I was just reading an article about his diet yesterday.
Avocado ice cream.
No
drinking during the season.
Between 40 and 50 almonds a day. No strawberries. The man does not eat strawberries.
But he eats avocado ice cream.
Yeah. Well, apparently strawberries induce inflammation in the body.
Oh.
He's a big anti-inflammatory.
Induce. My mistake.
Not
reduce.
Come on.
So you're basically saying, it's a combination of smarts,
right?
Conditioning,
kissing your dad on the mouth, kissing your son on the mouth. It's a joke. He kisses.
I thought you're thinking, but you're not thinking of Belichick kissing his daughter on the lips after.
You haven't seen the video of like Tom Brady kissing his son on the lips, the picture of him kissing his dad on the lips after he won the Super Bowl.
I probably did. Belichick just came to my mind. The daughter, it was a little awkward, I think, after the Rams Super Bowl, actually.
But it's one thing if it's like your little kid,
Right.
How old is Belichick's daughter?
I mean, dude, like 30s, 40s. Like, come on.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird.
But apparently, kissing your family on the lips means you win. Brady does it.
I mean,
come on.
Yeah, literally, come on.
Loss of words.
That being said, I mean, score-wise here, it's the Rams, it's the Bucks. I think we'll see some points scored here, and I think it'll be close. But give me the Rams 35-28.
Wow. I was going to say, give me the Rams 24-21 field goal end of the game.
Matt Gay. Good start to the year. He's taking over from Zerline. So how many yards out?
43.
So no record. No record.
No, not a record. What do you want, dude? 43 yards. Still nothing to sneeze at.
I want a direct answer though, as far as the field goal record is concerned. Next 5 years, okay, record sits at 64. Will we see 65 or above?
Next 5 years? Absolutely.
Will it be this year?
No. It could be, I guess. Next 5 years, I think. Come on, dude. James Pond. Bucks 24-3. Wow.
Must be a Brady guy.
Must be. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was this year, dude. How you know how long that record's been holding for?
I mean, so the other record, the 63 yards before Prater broke it 2012 with the Broncos going into the half, I think stood for 30 years. I think it was Tom Dempsey, fake foot. I think there was some controversy there.
I beg your pardon?
Something with his foot was like
steel toe cleat.
But like I think he was missing. I don't quite get it. But there was something, and actually, my dad, I remember telling me about this. Not sure exactly what the story is, but there was some controversy. I'm guessing it was like an arthritic foot, or I'm not using the right term, but I think you know what I mean.
Like a prosthetic?
Yes. I don't know why I said arthritic.
Did he have no foot?
I mean,
there
we go. Gotta do it.
I mean, that's pretty crazy, dude. I mean, I guess if you don't have a foot, you can't be a kicker.
Was born without toes on his right foot and no fingers on his right hand. He wore a modified shoe with a flattened and enlarged toe surface.
Oh,
actually,
interesting, dude.
Passed away last year, 1947. So yeah, he was in his 70s. Played for the Saints, Eagles, Rams, Oilers, and Bills. I don't know why I thought he was on the Raiders, but I guess he wasn't.
That's interesting, dude. Flattened cleat.
Yeah.
Flat cleat. But I mean, even if it was flat, like you think he's towing it?
Yeah,
he's not towing. He's hitting the ball with the.
I think though. I mean, it definitely was still a little different than what everyone else was doing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You saw to kick it, saw to make it.
I would like to see, honestly, it get broken this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just what comes to my mind is either end of half, going into the half,
right, end of the game,
or end of the game,
yeah,
in Denver, because I mean that's where the 64-yard was made.
Yeah.
But I think, weren't you saying though, you think the wind would help better outdoors versus than being kicked on an indoor surface?
Was I saying that personally? No.
Somebody said it. Was it Matthew?
I don't recall
Michael?
that. Maybe
I really think it was you.
Maybe you dreamt it, dude. Am I in your dreams, Barnes?
Oh my god!
I mean, I gotta be, dude.
But no, it's funny, because we're just so obsessed with quarterbacks, with offense, but special teams and defense.
Yeah,
big part of the game. Uncle Richie, what do you have?
Dempsey had a special shoe, half foot, record field goal.
Well,
there it is, dude.
Second longest now.
Well, yeah, now it's a record field goal.
Well, second longest now.
Second record
field goal.
Field goal.
Matt Prater, I mean, he was 2 yards away this past week from tying his own record.
Weren't you telling me too about someone could have like easily hit it from like 70?
No, that was him.
That was him.
Yeah.
So come on, dude. I mean, that wasn't in Denver, was it?
No. Arizona played Minnesota, and
Arizona's pretty much the opposite.
Minnesota missed the field goal, so they were in Arizona. And I think actually they are either retract. I think they are retractable. That stadium is really cool.
You been there?
No, but I would like to. I don't know if you've seen like the outside and everything. I mean, it looks really high tech. I think it was one of the first newer stadiums. The technology with the dome, the grass, all that stuff. Like it's very energy efficient as well. So definitely a place to check out.
Cool. Yeah, I'll be there. Whenever you want to go. You're going soon.
Yeah,
they get the invite.
Football season will actually still be underway. Well, who knows if they're playing at home? Meet you at the game.
I'll take a flight. Sure, dude.
Oh man, I can't believe we're already week 3, Tony. I mean,
neither can I, bud. Neither can I.
Anything else on the way out?
Are we closing out, dude? Is this it?
I mean, do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
Am I missing something?
I don't believe so. Dude, we're at an hour and 15.
thought it was 20.
Honestly.
One other thing, actually, though.
What do you got, dude?
Final score.
Final score.
Jays, Twins. Give it to me. Pitching stats, too. Matt's Pineda.
Matt's going 7. 3 hits. 1 earned run. 10 Ks.
10 Ks.
10
Wow.
Ks. 1 walk. Pineda. 5 innings. 3 earned runs. 2 walks. Maybe 4 or 5 Ks. Blue Jays win 8-3.
Wow. Any pine tar on Pineda's neck?
I don't think so.
Wasn't that so insane?
Unbelievable, dude. Especially now. I mean,
Oh,
no way. No way. First inning is over, dude.
Banished from the league. Oh, man.
What do you got, dude? What are you thinking?
Slugfest. 9-8. Minnesota Twins.
Wow. 9th inning? What do we got, dude?
And it's going to be a walk-off home run. Josh Donaldson, second of the game. And to top it off, Tony, runs coming late, I think. Pitchers will pitch well. I think it'll be a 3-3 game going into the 7th, so 6-3 for each pitcher. I mean, give Pineda 6 Ks, give Matz 4, and then battle the bullpens. I mean, it's Vladdy, it's Bichette, it's Simeon, but it's just not enough because the Minnesota Twins win 9-8 with the Yankees 1 game ahead. The second one.
Josh Donaldson, dude. I think
he homered yesterday,
bro. He did.
But I
mean, he's good, but I mean, like
his attitude sucks.
His attitude sucks. His haircut's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, he was so good that 1 year with the Blue Jays, though.
Yeah, he was decent with the Braves too.
Decent with the Braves. Decent with the A's, actually.
Yeah.
It's crazy too how that team in Toronto just fell apart. You know, the whole Joey Bats, that that team. I mean, it's just like they had that one run to the championship series.
That was it.
I mean, I know now
you see it a lot, you know,
but that was a while ago. I mean,
yeah.
What was that? 7 years ago?
Yeah.
So, interesting to see, and it's
Marcus Simeon, dude.
It's crazy. I mean, Marcus Simeon. We'll see.
I tell you, they were saying on ESPN,
Yankees.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. But in a way, I mean, is it almost worth it for the Yankees just to take him away from the Jays?
Yeah.
But I don't know, flash in the pan, not going to hit 40 again.
He might.
Boy, 40 at short for the Yankees. Good defense.
Dude.
I mean,
night and day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to see, too, how this division, like, when is it ever going to weaken? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the Blue Jays are going to be there. The Rays seem like they're always going to be there. And the Red Sox, I mean, they have their hitters. I think it's a matter of putting some pitchers around Chris Sale. Maybe retooling the bullpen
last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I've been impressed with him, since he came back.
And it's funny, too. We talk about the Red Sox. I mean, what were they in, like, a rebuild for a year?
Yeah. I mean, they were so bad last year. I mean,
so
probably their
bad.
worst year since Bobby V, 2012, last place. It's just crazy. I mean, just because they've been able to hit I mean, runs, you score runs, you win games. And then, I mean, are the Orioles going to lose 100 games forever? I mean, you think eventually. I like Mountcastle. I like Mullins.
Right.
And
Mancini.
And I think Adley Rutschman will be your starting catcher next season. So it's a matter of look at your rotation next year. Do you have guys surrounding John Means, or is Matt Harvey coming back on a 1 year deal?
Exactly, dude. Probably.
Keegan Aiken, is he going to start with his 7 ERA? Is Jorge Lopez coming back? I mean, they really got to make some moves for pitching. I mean, sure, it could be in the minors. It just doesn't. I mean, geez, we've been waiting for so long. It just seems like it's never coming.
It's going to have to be in the minors because then what are you going to give up? The only good players you have for good pitching, and then you're on the other side of it, dude.
But Angelo's family, known to be cheap, did want Teixeira. Yankees took him away, booed him every time he came. And Angelos is up there. I think his son and daughter just took over, as controlling owners, but he's like almost 100 years old.
Jesus.
But
good for him.
Yeah, I mean, good for him, but I mean,
what's he doing?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, since building the park, hasn't done much. I mean, occasional appearances in the playoffs under Showalter. And one last thing on the way out, my dad and I were texting last night. He likes Showalter as the next Yankee manager. Your thoughts?
Your dad.
Yes.
I mean, I think he would be better with the Yankees than for the Mets. I feel like he doesn't want to.
He thinks he's hungry. Honestly,
Really?
Seen him, yes, post game last night. Because I mean, think about his career. I mean, he's with the Yankees. Year before they win the World Series, year before they win 4 out of 5, he gets let go.
Right.
He's with the Diamondbacks. Year before they win the World Series, let go. And then he's with the Orioles. They have some little decent run. One terrible year, he's gone.
Right. So you're saying bring in Buck. Yankees do terrible. Let go. World Series the next year.
No. I don't know. I just think, and then I was making the comparison. I mean, look what LaRusse has done with the Red Sox under Renteria last year. But
yeah, the old timey managers are.
I guess everybody's so focused on the future,
right,
and just looking ahead. So it's just tough. 65 years old. I mean, hard to envision more than 5 if he came.
If
in.
that,
yeah,
I feel, especially with him. I mean,
I personally, back up the Brinks truck to Mr. Joseph Torre's house. Even a 1-year contract. And I'd love to see Joe Torre. What would their record be? 1-year deal. I think they win 100 games.
You really think so, dude?
Yes.
I don't know if he's got a season in him, dude. Did you see? I was at the game when they played the Yankees 9-11. They had him and Bobby Valentine first pitch, and standing next to Bobby Valentine, Torre looks 120 years old.
Drinks his green tea. Been a sponsorship with Bigelow for a while now. The one thing that might set him back, honestly, is not having his right-hand man, RIP, obviously, Don Zimmer, was always a big part of these championships. So have to rebuild the staff a little bit. Maybe bring back Tony Pena, honestly. He was always a good bench coach.
I would bring back all former players, dude.
Yeah, Byrne. Could you see hitting coach? Bernie Williams. I know we said O'Neill, but I feel like Bernie, maybe a little more laid back, maybe a little more patience. We've seen what O'Neill has done to water coolers in the past. But Pettit is a pitching coach. Imagine Rivera as a pitching coach, but I know that's not going to happen. But I would just love to see it. Get the former players in there, get the winning formula, and I just think Joe Torre walks into the Yankees. I mean, he instantly gets respect from the entire team.
Absolutely. No, you're totally right.
But it's crazy because I know I felt like this before they hired Aaron Boone. It's like when they let Girardi go, it's like you can't even think of who it's gonna be. I don't know if you feel like that with the Mets.
At this point, yeah, I feel the same. But I feel like coming off Girardi is tough, dude.
Yeah,
obviously. But coming off Boone, not so tough. Coming off Rojas, also not so tough. So I feel like you maybe can't think of who it is. Regardless of who it's going to be, I feel like you would be relatively happy.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm being a little stubborn because we've seen, the Dodgers win. Roberts, he was a first-time manager. He's been there a while now. I'm just like, I hate the whole mindset of like the inexperienced first-time manager.
Oh, Befur coming in late. Hey, fellas.
What's up, Befur? But are you like, like the whole like no experience, just manage, organizational, working as a team? I don't want that setup again.
No, you don't want that setup. You want the experience.
Right. But if the Yankees let Boone go, I don't know, unless it was Joe Torre, maybe Showalter. I can't see them,
Are there any current managers? Like,
do you think AJ Hinch would let? No.
Oh, no, dude.
Current managers.
No,
not really. No? I don't want Joe Madden. It's a weirdo.
Mike Schilt
on the Cardinals?
Yeah. Come on.
Snedeker on the Braves?
I
don't know. I think I'm set in the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm thinking about those managers. Oh. No one, Lou Russa, obviously he's not coming to New York.
Honestly, I liked Renteria.
Really? Rick Renteria?
Yeah, I did.
Any particular? No, I'm serious. Like, hey, what did you like about him as manager?
Well, I don't know. I honestly, I used to cut up a lot of sots for him for MLB Network. For some reason, I would always put on White Sox games. But I don't know. I just thought he just managed a team well. It seemed like he had the respect of all the players. They all spoke very highly of him. And I just don't think he really had any like managerial, like, the hell are you doing?
Right.
You know, like he's just solid, sound manager all around. Respect to the team, experience.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's interesting. I mean, it sucks too, because like, if the Yankees do what me and Michael are expecting, I mean, pretty hard.
How are you going to get rid of? Yeah.
I mean, supposedly, if they had won in 2017, Girardi was still going to go. I don't know how that would have happened, but I guess we got some ways to go. Relax tonight, reshuffle, get back back out there on Friday. So I mean, after a half-hour closeout, Tony, anything else?
I kind of want to go another 5 minutes, get to an hour and a half, dude. No. I think that's pretty much it, dude. I think we kind of wrapped it up.
Yeah, great 1-2 punch. Kind of reminds me of Judge, Stanton, in the lineup. 15-1, Tony. That does play.
Whatever, dude.
I think 67 combined home runs this year. I mean, that's pretty strong.
37 and
31.
Wait, Judge is 37?
36 and
36,
31. 70. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, great show.
Before we go now, James Pond came in last minute. I want George Lombard, Tigers bench coach for the next Mets manager.
Tony, give me 5 minutes on George Lombard.
I mean, it's a cool name, bench coach. Sure. I'm in for someone who's already in the organization to come up to be manager, but the Tigers,
right.
Has there, what are we talking about, really?
I mean, season has been a lot better than expected, honestly.
I guess because of Lombard. I don't know, dude. I mean,
would you be tight at Hinch coming to Minnesota Mets?
Honestly, no.
Really?
I really would not be.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he's not cheating, I think, but I don't know. Was that built on cheating, though? Is success with Houston? Yeah.
I mean, you got to say somewhat, right? At this point, definitely played a huge factor, dude. But I mean, is he still a good manager? Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Something to think about, honestly. We're talking about it now as if it's a joke. But I mean, next spring training, you never know.
Yeah. You never know who's going to be at the helm.
I don't think it'll be Rojas, that's for sure.
He'll probably be in the Atlantic League. But yeah, so I mean, I think, great episode. Obviously, everybody today, enjoy the football. Got some baseball games for those, who have MLB Network or watching Quick Pitch or MLB Tonight. Maybe a little Billy Ripken, Rosa,
Bill Ripken, Harold
Reynolds. I mean, enjoy the Jays game, honestly. Enjoy the Jays. Let's go Twins. So that's all we got. But of course, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, commenting, liking, subscribing.
You are our bloodline, baby.
See you.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.